Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Simon Dragesa. Thank you so much for watching, for clicking on this video first and foremost. And as you saw from the title of this video, today we will speak about running, and more precisely, I will speak about the reasons why I run, the benefits I see coming from it, and why I think everybody should do it at least 1 to 2 times per week. And I just want to directly say that I'm more experience-based. That means that I just look at what I do on a daily basis with my runs, the benefits I see from it or the results I see from it, and that's what I want to share today. I won't cite a lot of studies, I won't put any studies here and there. I just want to share what I learned over the time, what I experienced for myself, and yes, why I think it's beneficial in a certain sense. So thank you very much for being here once again. It's just a little talk. So if you enjoy to listen for a little bit, maybe get some inputs about running, stay tuned, stay hanging in there, and let's enjoy. So I want to kind of first touch on a few points which go more in the aspects of the mental part of this whole thing of running. And for me, first and foremost, the principal thing why I love running is just the fact that I can go outside in nature, in the elements, and train there. It has something really freeing and liberating to do that. And everybody who is doing calisthenics, who is doing running himself, knows exactly what I'm talking about. Also, for example, to go outside and do your calisthenics outside, there's a certain peace involved. It's like horrible, difficult, hard training, but it's something different outside. And especially if you go running, me personally, I prefer to listen to music. But if you run without music, first of all, it's like you are fighting against your inner demons. And second of all, it's you will only have your thoughts with yourself and you pay attention to your steps. So there's a certain rhythm involved in the whole thing. And that is really something I love. And another thing I experience is really that during the run, you really have this thing which is called a runner's high. So you have this point where you really say, wow, it's almost like you are a bit on trucks. You really feel, now I push through, I'm in my grind, I'm in my move, and I will finish this thing. And most importantly, you will also notice that at a certain point you come on autopilot. It's not anymore that you really need to push yourself a lot, but you're just grinding through. And everybody who's going for running knows that, and everybody also who's doing heavy burpee sessions knows that. And especially then in the next step after the run, what is really happening is, for me always, which I really notice, is that I have a certain level of peace, because there's something happening which I learned, that serotonin is released, it's an endorphin, and that really reduces the stress level also. And that happens during running, or in a sense, after you finish your run, you really experience that. So there's something really meditative about the whole experience, we can say. These are the aspects I really notice for that. Also, another interesting fact I learned is that just with this movement forward, so when we go running, we of course inevitably we are moving forward. We're not going backwards. Nobody's pushing us back. Of course, you can also do backwards running, but I assume that you go straight. And what happens with that is that through forward movement, we really, as human beings in our brain, a lot of things happen. I don't know the exact specifica, but I know that's the case. I learned that from Andrew Huberman. It's a neuroscientist, psychologist, extremely great guy. I recommend his podcast on YouTube to you. I link it in the description, in fact, why not? Definitely check that out. He's also talking a lot about athletics. I learned that when you, through forward movement, you really reduce your anxiety and stress level, and you build up confidence. And building up confidence is the next thing. Just with going towards an obstacle almost, there's not really an obstacle, but the obstacle in this, metaphorically speaking, being just, yes, the next kilometer, the next few hundred meters. Through that, you really build up your confidence and you reduce your stress and anxiety levels. This confidence boost is really also what I notice. It brings me a lot in my burpee sessions, in my calisthenics sessions. Fantastic. So now I want to touch a bit on the physical aspects of all of that, because I want to differentiate a bit between the high intensity trainings, which we know from the calisthenics sessions, burpee sessions, and the cardio sessions, where we really try to go over a longer term, whatever that means for you, on a certain pace. We are, of course, you can also vary with the speed. There's always a possibility to do that, but at the same time, if you have a certain level, a certain speed which you keep over a certain amount of time, that's the cardio-based endurance I'm talking about right now. What that really does is that your lungs are working more efficiently. You can process more oxygen in your lungs. You are better to optimize all these processes, and there are just a lot of things working inside of you. Blood is circulating more easily. Nutrients are coming to the right place more easily. And what that really does, and that's also what I experienced for myself, and the following effect is that you have easier recovery. So if you had a heavy burpee session, for example, a heavy training session, and the next day you go for a run, you have huge benefits in terms of really recovering, because it's just this running movement which really gives you something which makes your body work in a certain way, that the things come at the right place, and that really processes get enabled, that or activated, that really sustain, that really support this recovering process. So that is one other experience I had. And now I want to touch a bit on the run I had yesterday. So I was going to run with a weight vest. I had an 8 kilo weight vest. That is my result. I also, in the future, I want to speak a bit more about running with a weight vest, why I do it, maybe if you should do it too, what are the benefits from that. I will touch more about that in a future video. Here I did 7.38 kilometers. I kept a great pace. I didn't push with a lot of efforts, but it was really quick, I have to say. I'm really glad about the result. And what I noticed here is that around the 5 kilometer mark, I really was at this mental edge that I really needed to push through, because it was becoming really difficult, I have to say. And I wanted to keep a certain pace. It's always my standard which I want to have. I want to stay stable with my pace. I don't want to get sluggish towards the end and get much more slow. So that was really here what happened. And what I love about that is that during these short speed runs, also with the weight vest sometimes, I really can push myself strong in a short amount of time, and I can really spike up my heart rate better. And with that being said, really enhance my cardiovascular capacities. I really love that, first and foremost. And here I want to share a bit the times I had. So starting from 1 kilometer, we were going great, and until 5 kilometers, we can see there I was going uphill. So I was definitely slowing down just a little bit with 4.5 kilometers per minutes per kilometer, not per mile. It's important. I'm talking in per kilometer. And then yes, we were finishing with a certain pace. So I'm really glad about the average, I have to say. I can definitely not complain, and these running sessions give me a lot personally, and I notice really that on the points I already touched, that there I see a lot of advantages. Another thing I want to emphasize on is really that running also really improves your posture, because if you go running, you really pay attention to your form. You want to keep a certain posture in your back, and especially if you have tight hip flexors, if you have back pain, you will notice that going for a run will actually be beneficial, contrary to an opinion maybe that it can be damaging to your joints, to this and that. If you continuously stick to running, actually your bone density, your joints, your tendons, all of that will strengthen, and above all, the posture will automatically improve, because you're just at the point where through a natural movement, which is really running, we as humans, we are used to running. You know, we are doing that since we exist, because we need to run from danger, for example. You also need to be able to pull yourself, to push yourself. If you're hanging somewhere, you don't want to be able to do a pull-up. If not, you are in danger, in trouble. So running is one of these essential movements which you really need to emphasize on. And based on that, if you master that and if you pay attention to that, you will automatically walk more with a straight back, pay more attention to your posture. And even me, I notice if I look at myself that I'm sitting here sometimes with my shoulders rolled forward. Sometimes you don't even pay attention to that. And through running, you get more aware, because you also want to pay attention to your form, and you don't really want to get sluggish to, yes, maybe increase the risk of injury. That's really not what we want. So these are kind of the points I wanted to make in today's video. I will do a lot of more future videos where I touch on a lot more benefits, and I will also record some running footage. Of course, I don't have a drone at this point, but I want to buy one maybe, so I can do some cool footage and do some cool videos. And so these were the points I wanted to make about running, where I think you should be running too. And as I said already, 1 to 2 times per week is already enough. It doesn't need to be 5 times, 6 times. It's just about getting that movement in to be used to going to run. And yes, that's really the most important thing. And to end the video, and towards the end of the video, I want to share a little bit. My my screen here for something I prepared, and that is, yes, here we have it. So do like that. So I want to introduce you a bit to my plan for the weekend. I already mentioned it in my second last video. I will participate, or I will start the David Goggins 4x4 for 48 hours challenge. So 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. I have no idea if I'm severely underestimating this thing. Little disclaimer, it's not a smart way to train. I will do that now one time, and I won't do that every weekend. It's absolutely not sustainable. But I think that will be the mentally and physically most challenging thing I've ever done. Last Sunday I was running my marathon, but this year goes almost towards ultra-marathon territory, because I will be running 77 kilometers in these 48 hours, and it's just split it into different loops. So I put a list a little bit. I have 12 loops in total. Each loop is like 4 kilometers, and I will start on Saturday, the 19th February, yes, so tomorrow at 8 a.m. in the morning. Then my next one will be at 12, and you always see the 4-hour breaks. My last run will be on Monday at 4 a.m. So here I want to track a bit my mileage, which I put in, my time for each run, so I can get a bit of an idea where I'm standing, how I'm moving forward, or how I kept my pace, and just to track also if I'm done or not. And I think the biggest challenges for this thing will literally be showering, laundry, and eating, and sleeping, because these are the things I don't really know where to put them in. So I will document the whole thing. I will do a lot of video footage. I will put it all together, and I will publish a video of the whole challenge. It will be incredible, I think. I'm not sure if I'm prepared, but in any case I will push through, and in a sense I'm looking forward to that. So if you want to virtually support wherever you are in the world, here you see my running times. The chances are, if you go outside for a run, that I'm also outside for a run on Saturday and Sunday. So whenever you are outside, probably I'm also running somewhere. So here in Germany. So feel free to do that, and stay tuned for my update about that. And yes, I don't really have I have a plan more or less which times I want to have for the runs. Also, yes, how to eat. I want to prepare some food and stuff like that. But I think after the first few runs, the plan is out of the table, down the toilet, and then I need to adapt a little bit. So that was that which I wanted to share. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your interest as always. I'm really looking forward to do this video and to share with you how that went, what I did, how I experienced it. And yes, let me know if you like this kind of content, if you like me speaking about running. I will also maybe speak about calisthenics, some experiences I made there, some tips. And these are the things which I really like, where I think I'm able to speak about, where I have a certain knowledge to share something with others. So, an experience. So thank you very much once again. Subscribe to the channel if you want, like, and stay tuned for next video. So thank you very much. Have a great day, and bye bye.